All right, I'm going to have a go at the Guardian's Cryptic Crossword for Wednesday, April 23rd, St. George's Day, I think. Happy belated St. George's Day to everyone. Ooh, and Shakespeare's birthday too, I think. Let's see if there's any reference to that in this crossword. It's by Fed, who I think is Dave Gorman. I don't think we've had him for a while. Anyway, before we tackle Fed's crossword, let's have our cryptic clue of the day. All right. Organized claim. Bosh. Quite the opposite. 9 letters. Organized claim. Bosh. Quite the opposite. And I'm giving you just 1 letter today. Good luck. All right. Uh, Goods transporter in Basingstoke. Every now and then he pops out. Well, every now and then sounds like we're going to alternate letters from, it's going to be Basingstoke. BSN doesn't sound good. AIGT doesn't sound likely. Oh, maybe he pops out. EOSU. No. Or maybe that's the definition. Is it like a jack in the box or, ooh, a cuckoo? Something cuckoo, maybe. Like a cuckoo clock, but yeah, I would have thought goods transporter was the definition. Now, is Basingstoke, maybe it has a postal code we're supposed to know, but don't see that. European wine lake, independent starts story with good intentions. Well, European so often is representing an E, and lake can be L. Yeah, so I think it's maybe a story with good intentions. Oh, a white lie. Yes, so a white would be a wine. Then the lake, and then the independent. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure. Yeah, so I think here it's European wine gives us. No, I'm not sure now. Yeah, white. Yeah, so yeah, sorry, this is taking me a while, but the E for European is the very last letter. But then before that, what starts it is the wine, the lake, and the I for independent. Oh my goodness. All right, notice jam setting. Could it be a triple definition? I'm always live in hope when I see 3 words like that. A spy. Is there one word for jam setting? Um, I don't think so. Gonna have to come back to that. Sun 2. Now, is that going to be just the number 2 or referring back to the previous clue? Having cut top off a piece of cake. I think the definition must be piece of cake, something that's easy, but don't see it. Subtle. Satire occasionally stops oppression. Well, stops can mean one word goes inside the other, the way a cork stops a bottle. So I think we're going to put every other letter of satire, which could be AIE. I think it's more likely to be STR. That's going to go inside a word for oppression, and it's going to mean subtle. No, I don't see it. Southern racist moving back to front through dictionary to arrive at rejected. Oh my goodness. That's some parsing there. No, dictionary is often OED. So I wonder if maybe it is a word for rejected that begins with O, ends with ED. Oh, Southern might simply be S. And then I'm thinking about the letters in racist. I'm thinking about ostracized, but I'm not exactly sure. So we do have an anagram of racist after. Yeah, I think it's the S for Southern, then the anagram of racist, and all of that is in the OED. All right. Okay, let's go. Oh no, let's do six down. Small county, excuse me, with unlimited accommodation. I am. It might be a word for small. County can be CO, and then unlimited accommodation could be a word for accommodation without its. Is that going to be without its final letter or its outer letters? Or maybe it is a small county, but I can't think of a six letter. Wessex, is that a real county or just in Thomas Hardy? All right, let me just take a look again at my goods transporter. Okay, it's not going to be cuckoo anyway. Every now and then he pops out. No. A singer's up to something dodgy. Ah, well, birds can often be clued as singers, and a tit, which then breaks up as at it. If you're up to something, you're at it. Picasso had one hot, tense, fleeting encounter with secretary at the outset. Excuse me. Um, I'm wondering if the definition is Picasso had one, but I don't know what he had one of. Tense can be O, and hot I think would be H. And then tense is often T unless it's going to be something like past or future. Now the at the outset suggests we're taking the starting letter at least of secretary. I don't know if maybe it's more words than that. We take the starting letters fuse, Fews. Oh no, we have that R there. We have, what did Picasso have one of? Of course, there's the great song by the Modern Lovers, Pablo Picasso, Not in New York. Anyway, epidemic and surgeon's focus turns to a little quinine tablet. I think the surgeon's focus is the middlemost letter. Is that a word? Middlemost? The G, I think, could be RGE, and then turns to a little quinine, which could be just Q. Oh dear. Yeah, I'm wondering about epidemic could be plague. We do have the G, the surgeon's focus. Although we do have turns, which could be a reversal indicator. And quinine. Quinine is used to treat something, all right, but malaria maybe? Oh, I was just looking at tablet and thinking, oh, pity it's not plaque. Well, I think it is, because that's what the turns to. You have to start with the plague and then change the G from the middle of surgeon into the first letter of quinine, and you get your tablet or your plaque. All right, Dock, where tied originally has King Canute unsettled. Tied originally seems like a T. King can be K or R. Yeah, I think we're going to put the T, that king letter, and Canute, and we're going to anagram them unsettled to get a. Oh, I was thinking the name of maybe a London dock, but it could be the verb to dock, which can mean literally to cut something or metaphorically to dock your pay, for example. Um, yeah, we do have that C. Yeah, it's not like deduct or something, but all right, let's try the anagram helper. Canute T, and I think I'm going to put the. Oh, I was thinking for a moment I had Nantucket, but that's too long. Yeah, let's put in the R for now. But as I read the anagrams, I'll think the R might be a K, which could go with the C. Truncate. Yeah, there we go. Definitely to a dock. To truncate. All right. Bible's clue to get over sin. Yeah, I think this is one where the answer will read like a cryptic clue. So is it just like a quote from the Bible or another name for the Bible, like holy book? And it's going to read like get over sin. No. Perhaps Jumbo's assuming animal sanctuary is somewhere near Mayfair. Might be somewhere near Mayfair, but now I'm trying to remember the Monopoly board because in Ireland we played with the London version. I think one of my friends I think may have had an Irish version, but I'm wondering if there is a one of those other squares near Mayfair. Perhaps Jumbo. That could be a plane of some kind. Assuming might mean surrounding. An animal sanctuary could be a zoo. Although I think a lot of animal rights people wouldn't call it a sanctuary, but um, what is another word for an animal sanctuary? Hmm, near Mayfair. I was just trying to put zoo inside of plane. Yes, almost like a zone, but not quite. No, drunk drilling on the outside hides power tool. Oh, I think it might be, well, drunk can be an anagram indicator, but I think this might be a word for drunk. And I think drilling on the outside are D and G, and they hide a power tool. Oh, power might be P, and then a tool. Now, what would that be for drunk? I don't think so. No. All right, perfect copy with small shed to keep computer. A perfect copy would be a clone. Maybe then with S for small. Yeah, but a small shed keeping a computer sounds like that's the wordplay for a perfect copy. Oh, there is that word simulacrum or something like that. Yeah, and shed, of course, could be the past tense. Shed tears. Oh, of course, that's the present tense as well. Let me pause and sip my water and think about that. No, I'm not getting it. All right, spouse briefly taking in a stray. Oh, yeah, I don't get that. Maybe it is like a short word for husband or wife, hubby, hubs. Um, Briefly taking in. No. Here, Clinique, supply, round gold dish. Well, here suggests a homophone, of course. Clinique, supply. And then round could be an O. And then gold, yeah, gold could be OR from heraldry. So maybe it's a dish of some kind. But I don't get it. All right, let's go back to the downs. Enter squad and fully explain. Oh, yeah. So I think if you fully explain something, you go into detail and I forget that we don't automatically go on to the next word. Go into detail, enters go into, and a squad in military jargon could be a detail that is assigned to something. All right, 25 to 31 days. And finally, work is replacing the man's order. I have a bad feeling that it's going to be a Latin phrase for an order or something. Yeah, the 25 to 31 days is great. I have no idea what it means. Is there some period that varies that much? Or could it be a reference to 25? Maybe 25, whatever that's going to be, plus then 31 days on its own as a month. Finally, work. No. Certain Times is holding evidence of censorship. Uh, yeah, I think it might be something to do with censorship. Certain could be sure. Times can be X, 5 times 3, or by 5 by 3. Our one time can be T, so maybe times can be 2 T's, and that holds a word for evidence, a clue, and that's going to mean censorship. Something like suppress. I don't know. Maybe times is yeah. Maybe certain is the definition, and times What's evidence of censorship? Those black bars or no. Uh, ready to follow plot that is found in old books. No, I don't get that one. Male, say, Labour's half-cut member is leading. Yeah, that's a good one too. I wonder if male, say, is the definition in mail as in the Daily Mail or mail as in just the post. Or yeah, maybe a verb that means to send something to somebody. Labour's half cut might simply be the LAB or maybe the more likely OUR. Ah, yes, the member could be one of your limbs, it could be the arm. And with the OUR, mail could be chainmail, armor. What's up with conservative housing proposition? All right, I don't think that is a D. Yeah, so I think housing definitely sounds like wordplay. Conservative could be Tory or con. And inside of that, we're going to put a proposition, not a preposition. What's a short proposition? I don't get it. River Don. Oh, that's a great clue too, because I think there is a River Don. But I presume it's a double definition. Don as in a university sense. Is it a famous Don whose last name suggests a river? No. All right, well, let's see what armor did for me. Here's my perhaps jumbos, assuming Animal Sanctuary is somewhere near Mayfair. Park Avenue. Oh no, that's the New York version. How's our drunk drilling on the outside? Yeah, and I'm not sure about that. G. What would a power tool be? No. Perfect copy now. Ooh, it's something. If it does keep a computer, could it be a Mac? And I think the small would have to go here, and then a word for shed. That means perfect copy. Yeah, I don't see. Smack dab. No, I don't like that. And here's our here clinique and some dish. So has clinique being used as the actual name and we have to do something, a homophone for clinique, or just as a makeup company in general? What is supply? Supply could be to lay on. Oh, supply. Oh, hold on. Here, clinique. Yes, supply. So we're going to anagram that. And then I think that's not enough letters. So we are going to add, what are we going to add? We just need two letters. So Yeah, I can't get two letters out of round plus gold, but I do like it with the U and the L being an anagram of here, Clinique. Let me try the anagram helper just because I think it's that kind of day, just like yesterday with Paul. Uh, so let's put in, maybe it goes around OR for gold. Yeah, so that might be it. Yeah, I was hung up on round being an O. Okay. Ah, yeah, I was thinking it has to begin with the QU, and so Quiche Lorraine, I believe. All right, that's a good one to get. Quiche and two R's. All right. And another, yeah. So maybe there's going to be a few Q's today, and we may have a pangram. Yeah, I think Fed appears so infrequently that he has time, I think, to come up with a pangram. 25, of course, is 5 squared. I don't know if that means anything. And finally, we're expressing the man's. Oh, an order might be quick march. Yeah, I like that, but I don't get it. 31 days might be March. And finally, work, I think, is the K. As replacing the man's. So I think we have to put, yeah, the K. I don't know. Is there something that could be spelt with QUIC, March? And maybe the dash is a minus sign, but I don't think so. All right, I don't get that one, and I'm not going to waste too much time thinking about it. It gives us a nice. Oh, it might be. Oh, Park. I think I said Park Avenue, but I think Park Lane. Oh, it was a plane, and of course the animal sanctuary is the Ark. Oh, that's very clever, yeah. And I presume Park Lane is near Mayfair in real life or in Monopoly. We will find out. I'll just make a note to check that. I am planning to be in London later this year. Looking forward to it. All right, drunk drilling on the outside hides power tool. Yeah, I keep thinking of an edger for some reason, but I do like it meaning drunk. No. All right, well, that isn't going to be smack. Yeah, what's going to go between the M and the A? I'm thinking an E. It could be I double M. Oh, perfect. Yeah, it could be immaculate. I like that. So copy, always imitate, I think. With small is shed. Maybe you remove a word for small and then you put in the. Yeah, I don't get that, I have to admit. I'll leave it in. All right. Bible's clue to get over sin. Oh, yeah, the clue may be indicating an anagram, and so maybe one of the words is an anagram of over sin. Is that revision? No, that's 8 letters. But, oh, something version. Yeah, not the authorized version, but the revised version. Yes, if you revise the letters in version, you get over sin. Very clever. Okay, certain times is holding evidence. Oh, I think erasures. Ah, yeah, so it's actually the other way around as far as the. Yeah, so it's certain is sure, and then like Yoda, it says times is holding. So eras is holding sure, and that gives evidence of censorship. All right, ready to follow plot. That is found. Oh, old books, of course, can be the OT. And I'm thinking obedient is ready to follow. The plot is a bad that is i.e., id est, and all of that is in the Old Testament. All right, there's our river, Don. Oh, Don can be to where, and there is the river Weir, right? Spelled with an A. I think that's right. Okay, spouse briefly taking in. Oh, yeah, so wife could be WIF if you drop the last E, and that takes in A, and you get waif, waifs and strays. All right, making progress finally in the lower half. What's up with conservative? Oh, it could be my Tory. Ah, could it be? Oh, I think the proposition is the theory. What's up? Oh, this is the old thing of what can be an interjection if you didn't hear someone, and therefore it could also be EH, and that is up or reversed, and it has the Tory housing it to give us the proposition. Those ones are always very, very tricky to get. All right, drunk, drilling on the outside. um, I have a terrible thought of what this might be. Um, but let's see if I can find another answer. Because I'm thinking that is drilling on the outside is the DG. And then drunk. What's the drunk business? On the outside hides. Yeah, I get on the outside is the outside of drilling. But then the hides. I don't think the DG hides anything. I think it's being hidden by something. Is there a word tidgy for our? I mean, I'm thinking it might be Todger, but it's not Paul today. I don't know if Fed goes to Paul's level. Uh, Power tool. Yeah, maybe there is some power tool I need to think of. Yeah, I don't see it. Okay, what if that wasn't a G? Oh, Tiddly, of course, can be drunk, but I would spell that with two D's. Now maybe some kind of tool. No, I'll come back to it. Here's my goods transporter. Every now and then he pops out. Oh, of course, there's the groundhog in the US. Chipping Norton. Is it a goods transporter, like an articulated lorry or a shipping container, shipping? Every now and then he pops out. No. Oh, here's our Picasso. Oh, maybe Picasso on his own is the definition. Had one, could be an eye, hot, tense, fleeting encounter. No. Could it mean at the outset? I don't think so. Picasso. No. Here's our small county. Unlimited accommodation. Bed and board. Room, hotel. No. Okay, let me pause. I may have to look up synonyms for subtle. Well, I went back to thinking of STR, stopping it, and I thought of, well, I couldn't remember if it was obstruse or abstruse, but I think something that is subtle might be abstruse, and so abuse is the oppression that goes around the STR. Ooh, so shipping, oh, is something basket? I don't think we've had a hidden clue today, have we? But this is far too long for a hidden clue. I wonder what the record is for the longest hidden clue. If you can remember any good ones, let me know. Or Jay, if you want to make up a very long hidden clue, have at it. Oh, a shopping basket, of course. Shipping basket. Shopping. Ah, that's going to be the death of me, that little bug in the software. So I think it's anagram of Basingstoke plus something. And then I don't know, every now and then. Yeah, I'm not going to waste time trying to parse that. Will depend on 15 squared to set us straight. All right. Certainly notice could be spot. And I think if you're in a jam, you're in a spot. Oh, yeah, and I think if you're in a nice setting, you're in a nice spot. So it was a triple definition. Wonderful. All right, so then is spot part of this sunspot, having cut top off a piece of cake? A piece of cake, of course, could be a slice. I'd like it to be simple. Yes, a spot from two down could be a pimple. You cut off the top to get imple, but you put sun, S in front of it. All right. Okay. Picasso had one. Must be paint, paint something. Hot, tense. Picasso had one hot. Pointillism, print. I do not get that at all. Let's try my small county with unlimited accommodation. Could the whole word mean accommodation? Which might not be the place you stay. It might be making accommodation for someone, giving them leeway. No. I think my best bet is Picasso, so I'm going to pause and run through the alphabet for the different possibilities. Yeah, the best I can come up with, and I'm fairly confident it's right, is paintbrush, because a fleeting encounter with somebody might be a brush with fame. Oh, now I get it. The secretary at the outset isn't the letter S. It's saying at the beginning of this, put PA, personal assistant, as secretary. Hot is in, tense is that T, and then the brush. And so Picasso had one. I think that's very misleading. I think he could afford to have more than one, but anyway, we know what they mean. All right, small county. I mean, could truncate be wrong? No, has to be that. Unlimited. Oh, an accommodation could be a bed sit. So small. Small county, I think, is beds, short for Bedfordshire. And with unlimited is saying take the limits off the word with, take the outer letters from it to leave the I and the T. All right, we're left with our drunk drilling. I'm going to go ahead and put in Todger and let's see if that is right. It is. All right. Oh dear, yes, I remember my English friend, may he rest in peace, who I first heard that word from. Anyway, let us check all. Yeah, looks like everything is still there. Did we end up getting J, Z? No, I don't think so. And I didn't see any theme, but we will find out if I missed one. All right, the blog today is by Eileen, a welcome midweek return from Fed. Yeah, it's been over 4 months. Oh, and he has a television program. Have any of you seen it? Modern Life is Goodish. Oh, be careful what you write below the line today. Oh, maybe that's for that last clue I wrote in. Clever and witty, bit of head scratching, few groans and chortles. All right. Oh, and there's Alan Connor, also known as Everyman, has a blog. All right, I must take a look at that later. So I think this must be an anagram out of Basing with the T and the K. Stoke every now and then he pops. Okay, applying only to Stoke. Oh, so there's a comment that's going to set us straight on that one. Let's see, other than Picasso having more than one paintbrush, no problem with that. So plane around arc, yes. And Park Lane, it is referring to Monopoly, all right. Ah, so Eileen had never heard this word before. We have to substitute DG for power in Toper. Oh, these very convoluted, where you have to think of a synonym for drunk and then replace them. Now, I think the letters you were to replace were pretty obvious, but that's a very tricky one too. And simulate is to copy minus small shed the S, and then it goes around the Mac. All right, very tricky as well. White lie, this is the one that got away. Yes, that's the one I struggled to fully parse, if you remember at the beginning. Glad to know I'm not the only one. I think there's something about when you have like repeated I's and repeated E's, and you're not exactly sure which one they're referring to where. Anyway, triple definition. Yeah, that was nice. So quiche. Oh, yeah, I never linked it back to 25 with the he man replaced by K plus 31 days for March. All right, I think I got the others. Basingstoke plus he pops, the alternating letters of P, he pops. I think that makes more sense. Wine plus L and I all starting before E for European. Yeah, that's took me a while to get that. Tool needs underlined in Todger. Yeah. Tough but worth it. Difficult to start. Yeah, that was my feeling. But then I think maybe I got started to get into Fed's way of cluing. Ooh, who's Alan C? Are you Scottish? Oh, Irish. All right. Good to see another Irish person here. All right. Well, that was difficult, but not as bad as yesterday's. So I'm glad I got to the end of it without too much trouble in the end. Well, no, there was trouble, let's be honest. Anyway, thanks for watching and have a wonderful day.